Hey, basketball fans. Right now, the score is 47-44 in the boys' JV game. Monument Valley leads Windrock. You see it on the screen there. And there is just a little bit of time remaining in that JV game. Then they will allow the boys' varsity on the court to warm up for their game. They play first, and they're going to be a little late, obviously. It was supposed to start at 6 p.m. And I'm sorry, but you're not going to hear any audio for a while simply because while they're playing music in the background here at the arena, if we play that audio, then YouTube will block our entire video broadcast. So I apologize for that, but you're not really going to be able to hear a lot of the audio. We'll try to keep it on during the play so you can hear the crowd.
Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Hey, welcome in everybody to Northland Basketball. Welcome tonight to the Nash Center in Kayenta. It's Monument Valley High School hosting Window Rock tonight in this broadcast of Northland Basketball presented to you by Choice NTUA Wireless. Welcome, folks. My name is Floyd Simmons. My privilege to call the play-by-play of this one tonight at the Nash Center. And this is a big, big game. Both teams are struggling this season. Both teams need a win. And both teams are looking ahead to the playoffs. So win right here is going to help somebody. And certainly that number 38 ranked team you're looking at right now, Window Rock, could use a lift. They could use a win. They're ranked number 38. On the other side, Monument Valley is ranked number 24. And they need to improve upon that if they're going to have some playoff aspirations fulfilled this season. In the 3A North standings, Monument Valley right now is in third place. Page is in first place. Even after having suffered their first loss of the season just a few nights ago, Page is at 7-1 right now, and they're a half a game ahead of the Chinle Wildcats, who are at 6-1 in the boys' 3A North standings. And then it's Monument Valley in third place at 3-2. Now, interesting about that is that Monument Valley's overall record is only 5-12. So you can see they're doing well in the North. They need to improve the overall record, and a win here tonight does just that. The standings in the North do include Alchese in fourth place right now with a 3-4 record. They are a half a game in front of Tuba City at 2-4. Then it's Window Rock in sixth place, followed by Ganado in seventh in the 3A North. The starting lineup being announced right now for the Monument Valley Mustangs. And we'll give that to you here just as soon as they take the court and we get the opening tip underway. But first, it's going to be time for the national anthem as we bring you into this broadcast of Northland Basketball. Hey, it's a packed house at the Nash Center, everybody. Welcome in to Kayenta for our broadcast of Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. Our coverage presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. And thank you to other sponsoring partners like Holbrook Family Dentistry. They serve not just that I-40 corridor, Holbrook and Winslow, that area, but they also serve the Navajo Nation. Many of their customers, their patients come from up on the Navajo Nation, and they welcome you as a customer as well as a patient. And they're standing by to provide great service to you, trusted service that they provide at Holbrook Family Dentistry. We're about to get it underway, everybody. The Monument Valley Mustangs hosting the Window Rock Fighting Scouts. The opening tip controlled by the Scouts. And a backcourt violation right off the bat. Monument Valley will get the basketball. And here we go. It's Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. My name is Floyd Simmons, and the action is underway. Inbound for MV. And they're going to get a shot away to start this thing from three-point land. It's no good out there. And the rebound down to Window Rock. Kerry Nash getting the first shot up for MV. And the Scouts will take over the basketball. Kanan Marinito in the starting lineup. Jaden Lilia is out there right now as well. Tyron Watchman in the starting lineup, and he'll try to get a rebound in the paint, but it's going to tip out after a miss from the Fighting Scouts. Tip out and controlled by Sean Shorty, and here comes Uziel Flores. Got into the paint, got cut off, back outside, a little pass in the paint, and a nicely done job by Monument Valley to get points on the board. I believe that was Kerry Nash underneath, right, that got the first points there. So well done by Kerry. And quickly off the bat, I see that there is a jersey number out there that doesn't match our roster. We're going to have to get a number attached to number 20 out there, a name that goes with number 20 on the roster. We'll do that here in just a moment for Monument Valley. Meanwhile, the Scouts in business with the ball at the top of the key, and they'll drop it back outside for a long three-point try. That's good off the glass. Calvin Begay said, I'm going to go to the bank. And there was cash there for him. Shot good, and it's a 3-2 early Window Rock lead, but that's not going to last. After a great assist that finds Sean Shorty under the basket. Sean and his little two is going to put Monument Valley in front. And guess what? 2 early assists, great passes to set up 2 scores for Monument Valley by that number 20 mystery player for Monument Valley. We're going to get a name for him here in just a moment. And a whistle and the first foul that we're going to get called. You see Monument Valley on the replay. Sean Shorty with the points. Kerry Nash picked up his first foul of the game just a second ago, defending for Monument Valley. The Mustangs on top, 4-3. Early action at the Nash Center, and there's Kerry Nash with the steal and the pass and the nice finish by Ralph Gray III. Great job by Kerry. He got a couple of tick marks right there on the stat sheet. He got the steal and then the assist. And Ralph, a good job to end up with the points. Tyron Watchman off the glass. Nice looking shot from 12 feet out. Tyron found the bank there, and his shot is good for Window Rock. And a steal and a whistle, and it looks like Uziel is going to get his first foul of the game. Uziel Flores. Nope, other direction. My bad on that. I didn't see it until after the collision had started. So they whistle that on Window Rock and give Monument Valley possession of the basketball. The Mustangs with the early lead right here. Sean Shorty right in front of the broadcast desk. Gets it across underneath. And there is a lot of contact on Uziel Flores as the ball gets swatted away by the defense. But 2 shots on the way for Uziel Flores. And the guy that sends him there is Makai Gilbert. Makai gets that foul called. Into the game comes Jalen Brown for Window Rock. He joins Tyron Watchman, Kanan Marinito, Makai Gilbert on the floor, and the other is Calvin Begay. Flores from the foul line. The first one is good. And the second as well. So Uziel, just several days ago, on Monday when we were here covering Monument Valley, they picked up a victory on Monday. Uziel suffered through his 18th birthday, and I say suffering through, well, he's a man now. He's fully responsible for his actions. He knows that. And that's a great young man right there. On his 18th birthday, he scored 32 points and picked up the Sports Zone's Player of the Game. That's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll do that at the end of this one here. Coming up. And a nice job by Uziel. Adjusting, floating, count the shot off the glass, and make it 10-5, Monument Valley. The drive, the Euro step, and the shot is good for Kanan Marinito. Marinito gets his first points here in the game. Mustangs will bring it across. Flores. And the Mustangs will reset their offense. Ralph Gray, right side, Kerry Nash. Drops a pass down low. Flores, and he has his pocket picked. That was great defense. Marinito with the beautiful pick. And takes it back from Window Rock. Halfway mark of the first quarter. This is the boys' varsity game. Normally the girls start at 6, but we've started to see in certain places, Page does this. Now here at Monument Valley, where the girls' varsity gets to play the second half of the doubleheader. We're going to get a whistle and a conference with the two officials. They're going to talk it over the two Bryans, these officials. You got Brian Sosi, who came over to Brian Ekoff. And I think Brian Ekoff, working at the desk right now, I think he would be the lead official in this one tonight. The other official is Tommy Puhuyama. And I'll tell you what we're doing here at the Sports Zone for these officials here in just a little bit. As Monument Valley loses the ball in the paint, the Scouts bring it across. Kanan Marinito. And now to the corner for a three-point try. Splashed out one. The shot is good. For Window Rock, Makai Gilbert knocks that big shot down. Flores wants to match that. Can't do it. And the follow is no good for Sean Shorty. Tips out, and the rebound down to Window Rock. Up the floor, and another bucket for Gilbert. He gets back-to-back buckets on successive possessions for Window Rock. Monument Valley in the front court. Kerry Nash on the left angle. Stepping out to defend him is Jalen Brown, and now we're going to get a whistle on the baseline. He goes out of bounds. That pressure defense by Window Rock able to force a turnover. Here comes Jaden Redhouse into the game. Did not start the game, and now Jaden makes an appearance with 2:42 on the clock in the first quarter. Jaden played a terrific game for the team, scoring 17 points on Monday night. Boy, that point total and the other things he did would normally be enough to get you a player of the game nod, but he didn't get it that night because, as I said, the birthday boy, Yuzil Flores from Monument Valley, scored 32 points and did a lot of additional things to help the team in the victory. Calvin Begay drives and scores for Window Rock, and now ball out of bounds. Monument Valley loses the ball, and you see a shot of the first-year Window Rock head coach. Now, Ashley Mitchell, by the way, is the head coach for Window Rock. And she and her team battling out there to try to see if they can improve upon a number 38 ranking right now. Here's the jump shot, a turnaround, no good for Marinito. Offensive rebound inside by Tyron Watchman, and Watchman will head to the foul line for two shots. The guy that applied the contact is Jaden Redhouse. First foul in the game on Jaden. Team foul number 2 on Monument Valley. Window Rock also has 2 fouls. Watchman good on that free throw try. And that shot good as well. 16-10. Window Rock in front of Monument Valley. And a pass intended for Jaden Redhouse. He couldn't make the catch. And Window Rock takes back over possession of the football. The Thinking about the playoffs going on today. How about the Baltimore Ravens? Marinito at the elbow, gets it back outside. And then finally it's Watchman with an opportunity and unable to connect on that. Fronting him defensively was Tefler Holiday. And actually, I believe that maybe that was Latrell Begay. I think my roster's a little bit off. I'm going to get that corrected here in a moment. There goes Yuzio Flores toward the basket. He gets fouled, and it's Kanan Marinito that ends up fouling him and sending him to the free throw line. Third foul of the first quarter on the Scouts. That free throw good. Four for 4 in the first quarter at the foul line for Yuzil Flores. He's got 6 early points for Monument Valley, and we're under a minute remaining in this first quarter. Here's Kanan Marinito. Deep outside, taking his time, and his bounce pass is tipped away and stolen by Kerry Nash. Flores draws some contact on the baseline, and he'll go to the foul line yet again. And it's Marinito with his second personal foul early in the game. And look at this, already the 5th and 6th free throw chances in the first quarter for Flores. Let's see if he can stay perfect at the line right here. Good on that shot. Can't make that one. Offensive rebound, Jaden Redhouse. Unable to make his shot either. And the Scouts going to hold on to a 3-point lead as they attack. Marinito back outside. And his pass tracked down by Jalen Brown. Good hustle back. Scouts will keep it alive. 15 seconds on the clock. No shot clock right here. 11 seconds. Marinito. Now 7. Marinito comes opposite off of the screen. Back outside for a 3-point try. They had the look. It was wide open for Calvin Begay. Could not connect on it, but Winter Rock leads Monument Valley 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. Hey, a great start to this one, everybody, and a great night at the Nash Center in Monument Valley. Stand by for the second quarter. This is Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Winter Rock brings it in, throws a wild pass into the paint that the Mustangs almost intercepted. But since they didn't, it'll be an opportunity for the offense to get reset for Winter Rock. Here comes the inbound as we start this second quarter. Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. You see Monument Valley there hosting Winter Rock. Inbound for the Scouts. Left side, there's Kanan Marinito. Here's a fresh set of legs that have come into the game for Winter Rock, and a quick turnover by the Scouts. Miami Toledo turns that one over, and Yuzio Flores makes him pay. Uziel's got 9 points early in the game for Monument. Jalen Brown trapped at half court. Gets it away. And a three-pointer on the way for the Scouts. No good, high off the glass. That'll tip down. Controlled by Sean Shorty from Monument Valley. These two teams flying around defensively, I'll tell you that. Here's a shot from the corner. Jaden Redhouse is going to roll around, and he finally does get the favorable roll. That thing went around, went in, and it was out, and finally it dropped in. Windrock on the attack in the paint. Dish it. Jalen Brown. And the shot is no good for Toledo. Another opportunity for Monument Valley, who, by the way, have taken the lead in the game after scoring the first 5 points here in the second quarter. 18-16. MV quickly takes over. Kerry Nash on the baseline. Drop it inside. And Jaden Redhouse headed to the foul line. The guy that committed the foul is Makai Gilbert, his second foul of the game. Take a look again. There's that ball wanted to go in, then it didn't want to go, then it wanted to go in again. Basketball couldn't make its mind up. And Jaden is starting to get involved in the scoring here. 4 points after that free throw. And the second quarter underway with Northland basketball. Choice NTUA Wireless is our presenting sponsor of this product. Big thank you to them for their partnership. Without them, it'd be impossible to do all that we are able to do. Last year we covered 96 total games, boys and girls games, throughout the course of the entire season. Will probably be something a little less than that because there was the Choice Wireless tournament that we would normally cover. We didn't have that tournament this year, so that was a few games that we would cover in that tournament that won't be included in the total. As you watch Uziel Flores, nice hesitation in the paint, and he forces Coach Mitchell to take a Windrock timeout with 6:01 on the clock in the second quarter. On our way to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. We'll return in this second quarter in a moment with the Mustangs on top by 6. Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Hey, welcome back to Monument Valley, 22-16, MV in front of the Rock. Our broadcast of Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something. We don't spend a lot of time monitoring, administering the YouTube chat. We count on you to be adults out there, to be grown-ups with your comments. And if you're not going to be, we'll block you. We'll completely block you from the channel. So I ask you to consider your comments. Keep them above board. Keep them respectful. Remember that this is a family broadcast. And, just make your comments positive, uplifting. If you want to critique something going on in the broadcast, you can critique me if you'd like. You can critique our production respectfully. You can critique the officials and the play of the players as long as it's respectful. But if you're going to make comments that are not appropriate, we are going to block you from the channel eventually at some point. How about that kid right there? Uziel Flores camps out at about 24 feet away and buries the shot from way downtown, and Uziel has 14 points in the game already. Well, Uziel Flores had to play his role last season with a team that had two of the all-time greats from Monument Valley. Uziel's older brother, Roberto Flores, and the great Albrandon Baijo. I mean, those are just two of the best that ever played here, and as good a guard combination as you get. I know there was another incredible guard combination early on as you watch Jaden Redhouse add to the Monument Valley lead. Boy, they are on a roll. Monument Valley has scored 14 straight points. 27-16, the lead right now for MV. I know Bobby Mannheim, Brian and Bobby trying to see what's going on out on the floor right now. Okay, let me get the foul register. I believe Jalen Brown just committed a foul. Hey, during this timeout, we'll stick right here, everybody. Timeout on the floor, 4:21 remaining in the first half. So, just keep your comments appropriate on our social media channels so that you aren't eventually blocked, please. The officials here today, I mentioned their names. Brian Ekoff, Brian Sosi, Tommy Puhuyama. And listen, we owe a debt of gratitude to the officials here today and the officials that make it wherever these games are being played, games across, the Navajo land and across the White Mountains where we provide other coverage here at the Sports Zone. We call it Northland basketball. And these officials, it's a thankless job much of the time. I believe we ought to treat them with more respect than we do, and we ought to honor them more than we do. And these games just can't go on without these officials, and we don't have enough officials. So one of the things we want to do is you watch Ralph Gray go to work inside and get his second bucket of the game for Monument Valley, and they continue their run. They have scored 16 straight points in this one. So for these officials, you watch Ralph Gray with the steal, and Ralph is going to finish. No, just couldn't quite get it there. As Kanan Marinito was the guy who dropped back defensively to try to prevent that basket, and he did. Doesn't take away from the great defense by Ralph. Monument Valley takes back over, or rather Window Rock has the basketball, and there's a steal. Picked by Yuzil Flores, picked up by Kerry Nash. How about that little fingertip roll by Kerry Nash? Good looking shot by Kerry. Window Rock into front court. They've got it in the corner. That's Marinito. Gives it up. Brown has it. Well, at the top of the key, Calvin Begay walks it around, and he'll hand it off. Makai Gilbert, guarded by Kerry Nash. Drive, shot, off the glass. It's no good for Jaden Lilly, and Monument Valley has possession with 3 minutes remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report at the break. So these officials, we want to just say thanks for all that they do. Now, I tried to make a comment, and then Yuzil Flores throws a beautiful pass to get the assist to Kerry Nash, who makes the bucket. 2 buckets in a row for Kerry, and he goes to the foul line thanks to a Calvin Begay personal foul. There's the beautiful dish. Calvin just not able to get there and defend the shot from Kerry. We'll see if Nash can make it a three-point play. So thanks again to these officials for all that they do, the miles that they travel, and the fact that without them you couldn't play these games. And here at the Sports Zone, we are giving away, and I don't have them with me right now, so you can't get a shot of it, Derek, but we're giving away a couple of $25 gas cards from the Maverick stores, and so that'll be $50 total. Fill up your gas tank. One of these officials, not necessarily one of these officials here today, but we're getting a complete roster of all the officials that work here in northern Arizona, do games up here on the Navajo Nation and in the White Mountains. And we're going to draw somebody's name at random here in the next couple of days and honor these officials by giving somebody the gas cards. Listen, they're driving all over the place, man. Personal vehicles, tallying up the miles. I know what that's like because you're at the Sports Zone. And there's Brian Sosi right there. He'd be a deserving recipient, that's for sure. Here at the Sports Zone, our war ponies traveling all across northern Arizona. The miles are crazy for us. And there's Brian Ekoff, one of the officials. Sports Zone, our drive here to Monument Valley, it's a little over 4 hours, about 4 hours, 15 minutes for us to get here from the home 20. But it's well worth it. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else here on a on Saturday evening. And there's the third official on this crew for the boys varsity game. His name is Tommy Puhuyama. Inbound for Window Rock. Final 2 minutes and 10 seconds right here at the first half. Monument Valley has doubled up the Scouts, and a pass behind Watchman. Picked off by Monument Valley, and there goes, after taking a tumble to the ground on some hard contact, there goes Yuzil Flores to the free throw line. The guy that got him now has his third foul of the game. That's Makai Gilbert. And Coach Mitchell is going to lift him from the game. Jaden Lilly standing by to replace Makai. Flores has 15 points. Watch him again. Watch the finish. And somewhere in there, he got taken out. Uzil stays perfect at the free throw line here in the game. 7 for 7 today. And 16 points in the first half. Pull up, shot is on the way for Calvin Begay. Can't make that one for the Rock. And it's Monument Valley with the rebound. Flores in traffic. He'll drive and throw one up. Well, if that would have gone in, forget about it, right? Back to Uzil again, and this time off the glass. It's good. He knocks the bowling pinch down, and he's going to get called for the foul. He's going to get called for the player control foul. Well, that was pretty. That was fun to watch. And all three of those guys hit the deck pretty hard. Uzil's going to check out of the game here with 1:29 remaining in the half. Well, they're going to say player control foul, and Uzil is going to get his first foul of the game on that. Didn't get the points. Watch him again. Yeah, I don't know if I can argue with that. It's a pretty good job by Jaden Lilly to come and fill with some help defense and get his feet set. Uzil knocking him over. Here's the three on the way, and it's good for Calvin Begay. Calvin's got his second three of the game for Window Rock. And a whistle and a foul. This one's going to work on Sean Shorty. No, wrong team, wrong side. Sorry, it was Jalen Brown of Window Rock. Jalen's got his second foul of the game. Ralph Gray at the line. He makes the first. And a make right here puts Monument Valley in front by 18. Nope, going to stay at 17. Missed it. Rebound for Window Rock, but a tie up, and Monument Valley gets to inbound the ball. Cameron Young is checked in for MV, and Cameron will throw the pass in. Cameron's he was a great football player here at Monument Valley. He played in the Indigenous Bowl a few weeks ago in California. He was a quarterback for one of the teams in that. And I know all that because, not just because I know it, but because my son David also played in the Indigenous Bowl. And he played with Cameron. Cameron was his quarterback. My son was a receiver for the team. And my son was the offensive player of the game thanks to that young man right there throwing him a bunch of passes. And my son David caught a ton of passes in that game, and he was rewarded with a $1,000 scholarship for being named offensive player of the game for his team. So there's Cameron Young. I got to say thank you to him, and he and my son are now good friends. And I wonder if my son gave Cameron a little piece of the action on that. Don't you think he ought to, right? You got $1,000 for all of that. Cameron is the guy who threw most of the passes to him. I think Cameron deserves a little chunk of change, doesn't he? 45 seconds remaining in the half. And Window Rock will throw it away. Well, Marinito thought that Cal was going to be out there on that wing, and Calvin came behind him, and Marinito threw the ball away. Here comes Monument Valley to try and add to the lead. Got a little screen, curl around the right side of the paint, but the shot is no good for Jaden Sosi. Monument Valley, long pass up the floor, controlled by Watchman. Whistle, Monument Valley foul. Second of the game on Jaden Redhouse.
Make sure to support the track team. They're selling pizza about as close.
Here comes the shot up, and it's good. It's good for Jalen Brown. Jalen off the inbound knocks down a big three, and Cameron Young is going to finish on the other end. Didn't get the defense back, and Cameron and Monument Valley made the Scouts pay for that. And here's the ball thrown into backcourt. No time to do anything. Get that horn, and that's it for the first half. Well done by Monument Valley. Window Rock got the early lead, but the Mustangs battled back in the second quarter, and Monument Valley will take a comfortable halftime lead on the way to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. MV 39, Window Rock 22. Stand by. We'll be back with the halftime breakdown here at Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
You may qualify for free internet with Choice NTUA Wireless. If you already have Choice Tribal Lifeline, then you may also qualify for a free home internet connection with the Affordable Connectivity Program. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/ACP and get qualified for a free internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
When words are just not enough, to celebrating an everlasting love or brightening your home with a splash of color, the Bloom House Floral Design Shop in Pine Top is your floral design partner. Beautiful spring blooms are ready for grab and go. Want to deliver flowers often but don't want the hassle of trying to remember? Bouquet subscriptions are now available. The Bloom House, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 until 4, is dedicated to bringing the beauty of nature to all.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any all-star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
We get it. The last thing you probably want is a trip to the hospital. But the first thing you should consider is where you'll receive the best healthcare experience. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, we strive to be the community's preferred healthcare provider. Need a home doctor visit, a wellness appointment, or to utilize the latest CT and MRI technology? Our professionally trained staff will care for you with empathy and purpose. White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse?
Oh, you're the best, honey.
Followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert, and $1,000 cash. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
It's halftime, everybody. Welcome back in. Monument Valley leads Window Rock 39-22. Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, part of our broadcast of Northland basketball, brought to you by Choice NTUA Wireless. Well, Floyd Simmons right here as we take you through some highlights from the first half of this one. Monument Valley came out and overcame a 3-point deficit they faced to end the first quarter. They quickly got the lead, and they had scored, I think it was 17 or 19 in a row in that second quarter before Window Rock finally got something going. The Scouts only hit 2 buckets in the second quarter. They were threes, so that accounted for their 6 points. But after outscoring Monument Valley 16-13 in the first quarter, MV outscored Window Rock 26-6 in the second quarter, and there's your entire reversal of the game. And that gets you to 39-22, Monument Valley in front at halftime. For the Mustangs, you might expect Ezeal Flores to be leading the way in scoring, and you'd be right. He's got 16 points. He's hit a 3, and he's also hit 7 out of 7 from the foul line. Well done by Ezeal. 8 points in the game for Jaden Redhouse. All of that coming in the second quarter. He got into the game late in the first quarter and then played the entire second quarter, and he flashed some great offense for sure. 8 points, like I said, all of that in just that second quarter. Kerry Nash also showing up today, 6 points for Kerry. Ralph Gray III's played a great game for Window Rock. He's got 5 points in this one. And Cameron Young, along with Sean Shorty, each have 2 points for Monument Valley. For the Fighting Scouts, Calvin Begay leads the way. Calvin's got 2 threes in this game, and he's got 8 points overall. Makai Gilbert has 5 points. Tyron Watchman has 4 points. Jalen Brown with 3 points. Kanan Marinito has 2 points for Window Rock. Scouts got to get that offense resurrected again. Coach Mitchell, I'm sure, working those things out with the team as they meet at halftime and try to get it all settled up. Upcoming broadcast for us here at Northland Basketball. We don't know exactly where we're going to be on Tuesday. We've got a couple of different options, but there are conditions that have to be determined before we can get our schedule set for Tuesday. So we'll let you know as soon as possible. We will have a broadcast on Tuesday, just don't know exactly where that's going to be yet. And then we've got an interesting broadcast on Thursday. Thursday night, we're going to be at Mountain View High School in Mesa. The Mountain View head coach has asked us if we would consider coming down and broadcasting their team, covering their team. They're going to play Westwood, the Westwood Warriors. It's the Mountain View Toros. And, of course, we'd be happy to come down and see the Toros on special request. And it was a significant, several times I think the request made. And so I want to say thank you to Mandy Carson. Mandy Carson, the head coach of the basketball team there at Mountain View. They've got a number of Native American players on their team. They follow Northland basketball. They see all that we do up here for these teams in our part of the state, and they said they would love that experience for their players, and they asked us very specifically would we do it, and we agreed to do it. And it just so happens to coincide with the following day on Friday, where I get to enjoy the honor of being inducted into the Arizona Broadcasters Hall of Fame. That'll be on Friday. So we'll be down in the Valley for 3 days, actually, because then the following day my son gets to play in a showcase football game at Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona. So going to spend some time down in the Valley this coming weekend, everybody. So that's what the broadcast schedule for us looks like. We'll have a game on Tuesday. We'll have a game on Thursday. And then we resume our broadcast coverage after that weekend on the following Tuesday. We're going to grab one final timeout and get you ready for the second half here in a moment, everybody. Our score is 39-22. MV in front of Window Rock. We'll return with the third quarter in a moment when more Northland basketball is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse?
Aw, you're the best, honey.
Followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert and $1,000 cash. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Hey everybody, welcome back in for the second half here in our broadcast of Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. I see on our YouTube chat somebody said Coy Nelson's in the house, and that was posted by Ty Nelson. Does that mean Coy is here in this house, or he is in the house as a viewer? Is he in the chat, as it were? I don't know. As the second half gets underway and Winter Rock turns it over to start the second half, down by 17. Monument Valley will get the ball here and we'll get going. Thank you all for checking in on the live chat there. Coy Nelson is one of the greats from Monument Valley in our Northland basketball era. This goes back to the 2015 season, and we really provided coverage before that, but that's when we really got serious about our coverage out here on the Navajo Nation was 2015. So you get a whistle on Calvin Begay. He's got 2 fouls in the game, and that sends Kerry Nash to the free throw line. Kerry misses the first one. But Coy is one of the all-time greats that we've had a chance to cover. He's a great football player as well here at Monument Valley. And along with guys like Andrew Shepard, some of our favorite basketball players to ever witness during our years up here. Not just Monument Valley, but two of the best we've ever seen, along with Al Brandon Baijo and Roberto Flores. How about this? Monument Valley is just a guard factory, isn't it? I mean, they know how to make the guards here at Monument Valley. And this year, head coach Randolph Gilmore has another great guard in Uziel Flores, and he's complemented by some other great guard play from a number of kids out there on that team. And apparently, Julio Kay, our technical director, he's telling me that he was also a legendary guard here at Monument Valley. Oh no, you weren't? Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to indicate something to me, but I don't know what he's saying. What I do know is that Monument Valley unable to get points out of that last trip down the floor. They lead by 18 as we get this third quarter moving ahead, everybody. Thank you to Holbrook Family Dentistry for their sponsoring partnership of Northland basketball. Shot from the corner is on the way, and that one's going to be just a bit off the mark. A little bit too much from Jaden Lilly on his shot attempt. And the Mustangs go to work. Inside Ralph Gray, that's going to miss. Offensive rebound, controlled by Sean Shorty, and he's going to get it back on the baseline. Try to work around everybody for the reverse lay-in. Nope. The official says he traveled with it. Into the game for Winter Rock comes Jalen Brown. He's going to replace Jaden Lilly for the Fighting Scouts. So the other Winter Rock 4 players on the floor right now include Tyron Watchman, Kanan Marinito. Look at Watchman work the baseline. Got a nice feed from Jalen Brown, and the shot is good. Well put together on the set play by Window Rock. Also out there for the Scouts, Makai Gilbert out there starting this second half for the team. I believe I mentioned Kanan Marinito, and Calvin Begay is in the Window Rock 5 on the floor right now. There is a rebound from Monument Valley, and their 5 right now includes Uziel Flores, who gets his pocket picked by Jalen Brown. Jalen turns around and came up a little bit short at the bucket. That was a good battle, those two young men right there. Now Flores has it up the floor the other way, gets it knocked from his dribble outside. Carey Nash for three. Knock it down, Carey. Count the big shot for Nash, and he's got all four of the first points here scored in the second half by Monument Valley. And they lead 43-24. Monument Valley has Yasiel Flores, Carey Nash. Also Sean Shorty in the lineup to start the second half. Ralph Gray, the third. And then the final, the fifth, wearing jersey number 20. And just like that, show me, was that Tyron Watchman that got that? Okay, the wrong team. Sorry about that. Tefler Holiday. Tefler knocking it down and delivering the three-point bucket, the three-point make for Monument Valley. Take another look at Tefler's shot. Perfect for Monument Valley as we grab a timeout. Northland basketball presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless.
The team at Beeman Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Inbound as we return you to the action, everybody. 46-24, the lead for Monument Valley in the boys varsity game. This game being played first tonight. So the girls varsity follows this one up. And it probably starts right at about 7:45 or 7:50, something like that. And that will depend, of course, on the pace of the rest of this game. We were about 15 or 20 minutes behind the normal schedule at the start of this one. There is a whistle and a turnover, and Winter Rock gets possession of the basketball. Halfway through the third quarter here now. At the end of the game, we announced the Sports Zone Player of the Game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. 17-footer on the way. It's no good out there for Kanan Marinito. Tipped out by Monument Valley. Inbound. Kanan goes to the basket and rejected by Carey Nash. Carey flying high. Swatted that one, and Monument Valley will pull up for a three. Flores just a little bit short on that one. Sean Shorty takes it back and throws it up. It looked like he was playing 21, didn't it? He took it back, stepped up, fired the shot, couldn't make it. 3:24 on the clock here in the third quarter. So a couple of things we're doing as you watch Calvin Begay spin toward the basket, lost it. Watchman had it for a moment. Winter Rock picks it back up, and contact for a shooting foul. 2 shots on the way for Kanan Marinito. And it's Ralph Gray, the third, with his first. Kanan Marinito at the line. You know, we're giving away $50 in gas cards from the Maverick stores. We're giving those away to an official. Might be one of these officials, might be another official. Any of these officials on the roster that cover games on the Navajo Nation and in the White Mountains are going to be eligible. We're going to do a drawing in a couple of days to say thank you to all the officials, but thank you especially to that one individual who ends up getting the win and representative of the entire group. How about Calvin Begay blocking the shot in transition? A little payback for Winter Rock on that earlier block. Jalen Brown to the basket. Count that one as he got contact floating left side of the key and able to knock it in off the glass. That was a beautiful shot. And Sean Shorty gets called for his first foul of the game. So you see the block right there by Calvin Begay. And then Jalen Brown on the other end getting the 2, and we'll see if he can get the 1. Unable. Flores, a dangerous pass. It was pulled in by Jaden Redhouse. And a near steal for Kayenta Marinito. Let's take a look, a close-up look there, Derek, at Jaden's jersey. Okay, especially if he will flash his front or back number toward you, because I think somebody doing the laundry there might have. I don't know if you can see it that well on the look there. Somebody might have got a little bleach in the mix. There was somebody else. There was a team out there. Somebody, the whole team got their jerseys washed with the wrong mixture of bleach and whatever. Jalen Brown knocks it down for Window Rock. Jalen getting some work done out there. Deficit cut to 16 points. Monument Valley 46, Window Rock 30. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. I don't remember what team that was. Seems like Ganado a few years ago had that issue with some jerseys that they wore for some uniforms they wore for a couple of years that were maybe a little bit, you can see the schmearage right there. But hey, listen, you can tell them apart. If you couldn't tell them already, say, hey, the guy with the schmeary jersey right there. Here's the drive. Nice dish, but Calvin Begay with another block shot for Window Rock. Oh, Cal's playing some defense here in the second half for Window Rock. They'll take over. Jalen Brown, he knocked that three down a moment ago. He's going to back the defender down, back outside, and give it to Jalen again on the baseline. Work his way around one defender, and there he goes to work again. Well, Jalen is getting busy. He's got 10 points in the game. That leads Window Rock in the scoring column. Monument. Flores pulls up at the foul line. He was looking for a foul, but the official said no. And after the miss, here comes Jalen. The drive. Lost it for saying, oh, beautiful pass. Wow, Kayenta Marinito threaded the needle on a backdoor cut by Tyron Watchman. Give Kayenta the assist and Tyron the basket, and a quick timeout taken for Monument Valley. I believe they grabbed the timeout. Yeah, it was Monument Valley. We'll grab a 30-second break as well, and a little comeback put together by Window Rock as they trail here by 12 now, 46-34 to Monument Valley. Back to the third quarter in a moment, everybody. Northland basketball, presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any All-Star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
All right, somebody has asked, would you please, they're urging, please do a shout out to Kalani, and I hope I'm saying it right, Kalani Blackwater. Okay, Kalani, hope you're doing well. I'm supposed to give you a shout out. We'll do that. Checking the YouTube feed, and Nicole out there says, come on over to broadcast Flagstaff High girls as well. So after my explanation that we're going to, by request, we're going to fulfill that request to go to Mountain View on Thursday. We are getting a request for Flagstaff High School girls. I'll let our producer, Derek Simmons, know that as Cameron Young uses that big body to back his way down. That's a football player right there, and a football player move. And he goes up and he gets a basket from Monument Valley to kind of stem the tide a bit anyway. Baseline move, and the floater is no good, and we're going to get a whistle. That will send Window Rock to the foul line. It is Andre Luna who is coming to the game for Monument Valley, and Andre picks up the whistle. Makai Gilbert has 5 in the game for the Scouts. Now he's got 6. Window Rock checked into the game with an overall record of 2-14. And it just does feel like they're a better team than 2-14. They had their struggles. Sean Shorty in front court for Monument Valley, inside to Cameron Young. He's going to have to scramble for a loose ball. Gets it to Jaden Redhouse, knocked out of bounds. It belongs to Monument Valley. Thank you for joining us for Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Inbound for the Mustangs, and a pull-up on the baseline is pretty. Shot good for Uziel Flores. And the final shot to try and beat the buzzer will not go in for Window Rock. Couple of much-needed baskets by Flores and by Cameron Young here to close out the first half. Look at that shot. Look at that shot from behind the window. I mean, that's a Larry Bird shot, just not quite as tall. Not quite as pasty. We're going to grab a timeout here to end the quarter. The fourth on the way, everybody. This is Northland Basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Hey, one of our other camera operators that's watching the game tonight, Leonard Keone Jr., makes a comment on our chat, says shout out to the production team, Julio, Jessica, and Derek. Mentions Julio, Jessica, and Derek, does not mention me. And I'm going to try not to take that personally. All right, I'm over it. Leonard, hope you're doing well, man. Hey, we're going to get some snow up here in Monument Valley tomorrow. Anybody know? I know there's going to be some snow in Lakeside. That's where I live. Get the fourth quarter going in this one, everybody. Welcome back into Northland Basketball, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Here's a spot up three on the way, and Makai Gilbert misses that one. Monument Valley gets it back. Tefler Holiday, this guy, the shooter for three. It's good. It's good for Uziel Flores. I'm trying to walk you through the fourth quarter starters out there for the Mustangs, and they do include Flores, who connects on that shot. I mentioned Tefler Holiday out there, Ralph Gray the third, Jaden Redhouse, Kerry Nash. Those are your five Monument Valley Mustangs. Window Rock, Calvin Begay in the paint, and it just wouldn't leak up over the top of that iron for him. Tyron Watchman lets the defense go by, and he makes the shot. That was good patience by Tyron under the basket. Can Window Rock force a turnover in backcourt? Collision. And I got the basketball. Collision right there next to all the Sports Zone stuff. Hey, that's another table save. That wasn't a table save. That went behind the table. Kerry Nash, the inbound. Window Rock here to start the second half. Their starters out there include Jaden Lilly, Tyron Watchman. Makai Gilbert is out there. Kanan Marinito is on the floor. Meanwhile, there's another big shot. And it's Kerry Nash this time, and Kerry's got his second three of the game for Monument Valley. He's got 13 in the contest. Kanan Marinito goes around the defense. And boy, that's Ralph Gray Jr. with the big rejection out there for Monument Valley defensively. Checking out for Window Rock is Jaden Lilly. Checking in is Jalen Brown. And Brown joins Calvin Begay. This guy, Kanan Marinito, who gets free for a three but couldn't make it. Tyron Watchman is out there. Makai Gilbert, I mentioned those guys. Kanan Marinito. There's Kanan again. Watch this. And watch Ralph Gray say, not in my house. 56-38. Here comes Window Rock into front court. Nope, Monument Valley, pardon me on that. So the girls' game comes up after this one, and you got a good one in store. My goodness, number 2 ranked Window Rock has come to town, everybody. Take on number 11. Hey, Calvin Begay floating up there and finishing for the Scouts. Nice pass to set him up. And it's 56-40 and a turnover. Scouts will get another opportunity with it right here. Marinito to throw it in to Jalen Brown. Good finish on the good feed. Kanan at the top of the key, hands it off to Calvin Begay. Reverses field, and yeah, he lost it out of bounds. Hey, coming up in the girls' game, we're going to get a pop-in visit from the legendary Robert Nash, namesake of this great facility at Monument Valley High School and multiple-time state champion coach here at Monument Valley. You're going to stop in, pay a visit to our broadcast. Top of the key, Calvin Begay. Calvin likes that glass. And a big shot for the Scouts, down by 13. Well, listen, that's easily overcome with 5 minutes remaining in the game. Let's see if Ralph Gray can do something. He's going to draw a foul is what he's going to do. 2 shots on the way for Ralph. Take another look at Cal at the top. He likes that glass, baby. Well, I didn't see who just collected the foul. I'm not sure who that was for Winter Rock, but Begay at the line. So we saw last night, listen, man, I'm telling you, we saw last night with 9.5 minutes remaining in our broadcast game at Sholo High School, Sholo and Snowflake, with 9.5 remaining, so in other words, about 6.5 minutes into the third quarter. As you watch Ralph make both of those free throws from Monument Valley. We'll stay right here during the break. Last night, Sholo had a 24-point lead over Snowflake in the boys' game with 9.5 minutes remaining. And Snowflake was able to tie the game with a couple of minutes left. That's how much they turned it around, and the comeback that they put together in the fourth quarter took them about 6 minutes to tie the game, down by 24. So with around 5 minutes remaining in this game, that deficit, 15 points for Winter Rock, that's something that they can overcome. But it's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a combination like we saw last night in the fourth quarter of not just Winter Rock mimicking what Snowflake did. Snowflake turned their game on and started hitting shots and making plays. But Sholo also kind of went to sleep out there and made a number of mental errors, made a number of mistakes that cost them in that game. And, Winter Rock's going to have to count on Monument Valley to make some mistakes. But it can be done, right? It can be done. That's why you keep playing when you're at this point of the game. That's why if it's a 15-point deficit right now with 5 minutes left, they don't get to a running clock. The running clock starts at 30 points. Inbound for the Scouts. Every possession now becomes pretty important for this Winter Rock team. We'll see if they can add a much-needed victory to their season total right now. Calvin Begay for 3, and he's got it. Calvin's had a good fourth quarter, 2 threes, and add a 2 to that. He's got 16 points to lead the scoring for Winter Rock. Jaden Redhouse up the floor. And Jaden gets called for an offensive foul. Well, there is an emphasis, let me put it that way. There is an emphasis on player control out there, and on one that I think might have gone either way. Jaden gets nabbed, his third foul of the game, so another opportunity for the Scouts. See if they can do something right here. Can they get it to a 10-point game inside? And they do. They do. Beautiful feed. Makai Gilbert finds Jalen Brown, and Jalen makes it. Jalen's had a great game. And Monument Valley is on their way to the free throw line. So Winter Rock has gotten the game down to 10 points. Cal Begay with his third foul of the game, and Ralph Gray at the free throw line. Well, Ralph made two free throws a moment ago. Trusty free throw shooter for Monument Valley. And wouldn't you know it, the broadcaster jinx right there. Lead stays at 10 points. Somebody's watching from Houston, Texas. McCly Says thank you for broadcasting. And the official has come over to the scores table for something. I'm not sure what. Let's see. Toby says it's going to be raining up in Monument Valley tonight with a very small chance of snow. We got to hope that snow holds off. Okay? I don't mind if it snows after about midnight, but before that, we need it to not snow up here in the Northland. Let's see. Treyavgo, I don't know how to say that. It's probably a combination of something. Trey, I'm going to just say Trey, as both foul shots are missed. Those are two big misses, by the way. Winter Rock, they gotta like that. And a shot for Marinito would not go in. Ball out of bounds. That is going to be knocked out, lost out by Uziel Flores. Uziel didn't like that. By the way, has anybody noticed that Uziel not wearing glasses today? Inbound, and Calvin Begay misses. Tyron Watchman battles, taps it, controlled by Marinito. Winter Rock stays alive with the basketball. On the baseline, Jalen Brown goes by the defender, and his left hand would not register. It's Monument Valley taking over the basketball. 58-48. MV in front. And that one won't go in for Flores. Offensive rebound, Sean Shorty. Outside, Ralph Gray, the third. Knocked down for 3 foul shots. And Calvin Begay is the guy that committed the contact. Boy, that's the 4th foul on Cal, and he's had a great 4th quarter for Winter Rock. They can't afford to lose this guy with 3:26 remaining in the game. But now, Ralph, after missing those last 2 foul shots, he gets 3 chances at it. And he'll swish the first one. So somebody's asking, when is the next Netflix Basketball or Nothing, is what I think they meant to say, Basketball or Nothing show. Well, there's a whole season of Basketball or Nothing that was produced and completed by the production team. That's, as we would say, in the can, and they had tried to sell that show to a streaming service, but Netflix wouldn't bite. They wouldn't do another season. In spite of several million viewers on Basketball or Nothing, the number that they needed to decide to buy another season of it needed to be about double what the total was. It was several million already, but that wasn't enough for Netflix, so they didn't want it. There's a whole other season of Basketball or Nothing, a whole other season of those Chinley Wildcats that the production team followed for that entire year. And it sits there. Not many people have ever seen it. Hey, how about that shot by Kanan Marinito, right? The difference here is 11 points after Ralph Gray made all 3 of those free throws a moment ago. 61-50, MV. Inside, reverse lay-in, won't go in, but the tap will, and who is it? Ralph Gray makes the shot, taps it in. He has had a productive 4th quarter for Monument Valley. 7 points, including 5 free throws. 12 points overall for MV, and a whistle and a foul, and looks like it's Kerry Nash picking up his 2nd foul. Ralph getting work done out there for Monument Valley. His 4th quarter has been outstanding. 2:18 remaining in regulation. And ball knocked out of bounds. It's Kerry Nash that got a hand on it to knock it out. So I don't know that we're ever going to see that season of Basketball or Nothing that's sitting there. We're going to get a timeout, everybody. Timeout. We stay here with it. Let you know our next broadcast of Northland Basketball is on Tuesday, but we don't know yet where that broadcast is going to be. We'll get it out to you, let you know as soon as possible. On Thursday, we broadcast from Mountain View High School. They take on the Westwood Warriors. We'll have that broadcast of Northland Basketball for you right here. So those are the next 2. We got somebody watching from Minnesota. Tashawn from Minnesota. Thanks for checking in. Somebody wants a birthday shout-out to Allison Holiday. That coming from Preston Holiday and from us here at the Sports Zone. So, Allison, happy birthday. Hope it's a beautiful birthday for you. Luann shouts out the Monument Valley wrestlers, Justin and Joseph. They are Sand Devil Classic champions. Congratulations to Justin and Joseph. Somebody checked in from Glendale. That was Lisa. Thanks, Lisa, for watching the broadcast. Somebody watching from the valley, sorry. That was Dalton. Checked in, said, your live is clear, no issues, thank you. And makes a good point, says if people have blurry videos, it's going to be on their end. And that is true. There's good bandwidth here at Monument Valley High School, so our broadcast out to the head end at YouTube and Facebook, that's good. It's good coming from here. And if it's the resolution is poor, which would result in it being blurry for you as a viewer, if that's the case, that means that it's your cellular provider or your cable internet provider, whatever it is, that's where the choke point is on that. And making it difficult if it's blurry. I can say with certainty it's not happening here on our broadcast stand. Here's Yuzil Flores working his way to the foul line again. And that happens courtesy of Jalen Brown's third foul of the game for Window Rock. So Monument Valley at the foul line. 21 points again in the game. 21 points in the game for Yuzil. He's scored 5 of that in the second half. And now 6 in the second half. Minute 59 remaining and a 14-point advantage. We'll see if Yuzi makes it 15. He does. So if Monument Valley holds on, and it's looking good for the Mustangs right now, and they're going to get it back. If MV holds on, we'll announce one of their players as the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Here's a long pass. Jaden Redhouse goes up there and saves it to his teammate. He's going to get a chance at it here with 95 seconds left in the game. 30 seconds, now 28 seconds on the shot clock. The curl. Jaden outside. Ralph is wide open. I wanted him to make that shot. I think Ralph might be, at least I'm looking at a vote for Ralph for the Sports Zone's player of the game. Our entire production team will vote on that. The way he has played here, especially in the fourth quarter, he's been all over the place for this team, making plays. Strong candidate. So is Yuzil Flores again with 23 points. And Kerry Nash has 13 points. Kerry's played a great game. There's a steal. Flores steals it. Monument Valley closing it out. Monument Valley about to pick up their 4th win in the 3A North. The fans are sensing it with 50 seconds left. Flores got the 3. Another big scoring night for Yuzil. 26 points in the game. He is going to have he's already had a prolific senior season for the team, and it just continues to go for him. Final half a minute of the game after another rebound for Ralph Gray. So we'll announce now the Sports Zone's player of the game. It is Ralph Gray, the third. He is the Sports Zone's player of the game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll talk to him. We think we'll talk to him in the postgame. We'll try to talk to him in the postgame. We'll see if we can talk to Coach Randolph Gilmore as well from Monument Valley in our postgame. As you get a whistle. And the whistle is on Kanan Marinito. With the victory, Monument Valley will move to 4-2. 4-2 in the region. Window Rock will drop to 1-6. Monument Valley in sole possession of 3rd place in the region after tonight, as they were before tonight. Flores 27 points now. .28 points. Monument Valley has not stopped playing defense. 2 seconds left. They're out there stealing the basketball. I mean, they just never took their foot off the gas, did they? Sean Shorty out there making a play at the end, and there's your player of the game. There's Ralph Gray III. Picks up the Sports Zone's recognition as the player of the game in this one. That number 0. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. A 70-50 victory. Well, they were supposed to leave the scoreboard on there for us, but that's all right. We'll just do this. We'll fix it right here. So it was 70 to 50. Let's see if that got it. Did it? Put this one up. No, that still ain't it. I'm gonna have to get some help from Derek on the scoreboard there. You want to make sure you have the right score in your mind here. Let's go here. Ralph going to have to go to the locker room, isn't he? Go ahead. That's your problem, right? Okay, we'll get that set. There it is. We're fixing that for you. Well, I don't know if we're going to get a chance. It's always a little mystery if we're going to get an opportunity here at Monument Valley and be able to talk to one of the boys' players and Coach Gilmore. They like to head to the locker room. That's a standard operating procedure for them. And the question is, do we get a chance here, enough time on the clock between games to be able to visit with them? We'll give them a moment and see if we get an opportunity with Ralph. Does Ralph know? Does he know to come out? Okay. We'll see about it. Here come the Window Rock Lady Scouts, the number 2 ranked team in 3A basketball. And their fans give them a nice greeting. We'll see what it's like when the Monument Valley Mustangs girls varsity takes the floor here in just a minute. The marquee game tonight is this girls matchup. Can't wait to bring it to you, everybody, here. Our broadcast coverage of Northland basketball. Let's look at the numbers here. Okay, you can hear the crowd. You can hear Monument Valley's crowd coming to life to give the Mustangs their introduction. We got about 14 and a half minutes before we get to starting lineups and the start of the girls' game. Looking at the numbers in the boys' contest, Yasiel Flores registered 28 points. 3 threes in the game for Yasiel, and he was nearly perfect at the foul line. He was 11 out of 12 from the free throw line today. And again, 28 points for Flores. 13 in the game for Kerry Nash. Great game for Kerry. A couple of threes for him. Ralph Gray III in the fourth quarter had 5 free throws and a bucket, and 12 points overall. He made plays on both ends of the floor as well. He had a big blocked shot in the game on a transition attempt by Window Rock. He played a great game, and he picks up our Sports Zone Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Jaden Redhouse had 8 points today. Cameron Young with 4 points. Tefler Holiday had 3 points. Sean Shorty had 2 points for Monument Valley. For the Fighting Scouts, they were led by Calvin Begay. Great fourth quarter for Cal. He had 2 of his 4 3-point baskets in the fourth quarter. 8 points of his total came in the fourth period, and he had 16 points overall. 12 points for Jalen Brown. He played a great game. 10 points for Tyron Watchman. Another great game for Tyron. Makai Gilbert of Window Rock had 7 points, and Kanan Marinito had 5 points for the Fighting Scouts. We're going to take a timeout and return to either give our final thoughts, or we will get a chance to talk to our player of the game. We'll find out what that's like after the break here. Stand by as we continue with Northland basketball from Monument Valley. It's presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
You may qualify for free internet with Choice NTUA Wireless. If you already have Choice Tribal Lifeline, then you may also qualify for a free home internet connection with the Affordable Connectivity Program. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/ACP and get qualified for a free internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Not only does Perkins Cinders dominate site excavation, driveway building, and underground utility installation, they operate cinder pits and mines where they are literally crushing materials year-round. Don't just finish a construction job, crush it. Perkins Cinders, helping you get a load of this.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Have you heard the big news? White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville is bold in their approach to upgrade and improve your healthcare experience. Not only do they have professional, experienced providers that service a wellness clinic, laboratory and physical therapy services, and imaging and surgical services, they are also expanding their ER facility and capabilities. White Mountain Regional Medical Center strives to enhance the wellness of your community, one patient at a time.
Hey everybody, we're back in to wrap up our broadcast coverage of the girls' game here, Monument Valley and Window Rock. Northland basketball here, presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. This young man right here could have easily picked up our Sports Zone Player of the Game. Uziel Flores had a great game. 28 points. Just 28 points, Uzi. That's all. Here, let me get you there. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
We opted to give it to Ralph Gray. He's our player of the game. I don't know where he is. We hope to talk to Ralph. But you dropped in a moment ago and you had a gift for me.
Yep. I got him one of my shirts.
This is one of your shirts.
Yep.
And this is, by the way, a great tradition I love up here in the Northland where these players, student athletes, you guys all get these shirts printed and you sell them. And it helps support you guys during the year. And
yeah, I think you'll look good in it.
That is a beautiful shirt. I will look good in this, and I'm probably going to put it on right now. I hope our Window Rock fans don't mind, but I think I'm going to put this thing on right now.
I think you should.
Dude, I love you, man. Thank you.
I'll get the cameraman one, too. Got you, bro.
We get one for this guy right here behind the camera for Derek?
Soon.
Hey, great job, man.
Thank you.
All right, you be good, okay? What a great young man right there. And a generous gift that I will cherish. Thank you for that, Uziel. I love this shirt. And we're about to give us one of our shirts away to this young man right here. Joining us to break it down is our Sports Zone Player of the Game. Welcome in, everybody, welcome back to Monument Valley High School. A 70-50 victory for the Monument Valley boys. Monument Valley with the win picks up their 4th region victory. They are 4-2 and securely in 3rd place in the 3A North right now as we get into the middle part and latter half of January, everybody. Floyd Simmons right here, and I'm privileged to talk to our Sports Zone Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. For the Monument Valley Mustangs, there's Ralph Gray III. Hey, Ralph, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Congratulations on your win today.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, man, you showed up, buddy, and you had that great 4th quarter right there. You were knocking him down at the foul line.
Yeah.
You hit a big field goal as well in that quarter. You end up with 12 points in the game. Ralph, this was a game that you guys came out and I felt like you asserted yourself early as a team. Tell me about your thoughts on how Monument Valley played tonight.
We played pretty good. Yesterday we had a pretty good practice, and we practiced like we play, so it was pretty good. Everybody was into it. We were moving our feet. Our defense wasn't really there, kind of. We still need to work on that. And then our boxing out and stuff. So, yeah, that's about it.
Well, Ralph, listen, wins have been hard to come by for Monument Valley this season. You graduated some key seniors last year, so now it's a whole group learning to play together, and chemistry is always important. How do you feel like that's going? Because clearly this was a good indicator to me, this game today. And the last couple of times I've seen your team play, you guys have looked good. So it feels like Monument Valley is really starting to put it together.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, it was mainly seniors and us juniors moving up, so it's kind of like different from JV. JV, our team had the most chemistry, but it kind of like it was kind of hard, like getting our chemistry together. And at the beginning of the season, it was pretty much like that. But now I feel like we're getting to know each other more and what we're capable of doing.
Hey, Ralph, tell me how you feel and what you think your role is for Monument Valley.
Just get out there, hustle, and play hard, I guess.
And you do it.
Yeah.
You did it. You did it today, and you get to celebrate a victory over Windrock. Can I give you something?
Oh, yeah.
How about some swag, man? How about the Sports Zone Player of the Game there? It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and you deserve it.
Thank you.
All right?
Yeah.
Well done today. Congratulations.
Yep.
There's Ralph Gray III, and he picks that award up here from the Sports Zone and from White Mountain Regional Medical Center after a great game. 12 points for that young man right there. And, boy, his teammates showed up as well. Uzi had 28. Kerry Nash could have been the player of the game. He had 13 points as well today. For Monument Valley, we congratulate Ralph Gray and the Mustangs for the victory today as they take down Windrock by a final of 70-50. So that's going to wrap up the boys' game. Go ahead and hit that theme music, and we'll get out of this broadcast. I want to remind you, we'll stop our broadcast and start a whole new one for the girls' game. So you'll have to look for that in just a moment on our Sports Zone Facebook and YouTube channels. And if you're watching on Facebook, why not go to YouTube? It's always better at YouTube, okay? I want to thank our entire crew, our producer, Derek Simmons, our technical director, Julio K. Great job, Julio. And a big thank you to Jessica as well. Well done, Jessica, up there on the main game camera. And for the entire crew, I'm Floyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us. God bless you, everybody. We'll be back again in just a couple of moments with the boys broadcast from Monument Valley as we bring you Northland basketball, presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless. Stand by, everybody.